Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining the Assakaros 1, as it is very close to making its first flyby of Ganymede. Let's jump out here to the map view. This is just a braking flyby. We're going to do a screamingly close approach, coming in about 75 kilometers off the deck. I think we could get a little lower, but we're not going to chance it this time. We're just going to get a good close look, make a small corrective burn, like something like 300 some odd meters per second to reduce. This is our current trajectory. We're going to end up on this one. This will probably be the first of maybe 3 or 4 flybys where we make small corrective burns each time. To bring our orbit more in line with Ganymede itself in anticipation of our eventual landing there. So what we're going to do now is set up our flight computer because we would like to radio in some data. If we can, let's just set up our action group thing here and our delay. So we will... No, I do not want to... Yeah. All right, 4 hours, 40 minutes, and 30 seconds. So, no, come on. 4 hours, what was it, 40 or 30? 40 minutes. 4 hours, 41 mic. Toggle action group 10. That should radio in all of our sciencey bits. And hopefully that will be a high approach. Oh boy, I should probably just move flight computer so it stops asking me if I want to target Ganymede. And our time to our maneuver node, which should be right around our periapsis at Ganymede. Oh wow, come on KSP, get with the program here. Yeah, I mean, close enough. That's 6 hours, 6 minutes, so 6 hours, 6 mic. Set in 25 or some odd seconds. You know what, I'll just run it twice. Toggle. And then I'll try to run it again right as we're at our periapsis. That should be low enough to get us in space just above instead of in space high, so hopefully we'll get all of our good settings. Now, we have done flybys of Ganymede before, so I'm not sure what biomes we will see, but based on this telemetry, we're really only going to be over about this much of the moon. So maybe, maybe not, although that does look like it would be a different biome than this, although that looks like a nice clean impact spot. We're going to have to get a good look at that. Did I overdo the thing? Yeah, 6 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds. Alright, we'll just adjust this 30-second toggle, and then just in case we screw it up, we want to get one at about the 7-hour mark. We're not going to be in the SOI very long. Of course, it's telling me NA on the burn, which is not ideal. Toggle. I would like to know how much time it's going to take for us to make a 330 some odd meter per second correction. Our engine is active, our fuel is not unlocked, however. Lots and lots of that stuff left. But we'll go ahead and just open it up now, because, you know, why not? Boink, boink, there we go. Thruster's good, being nice and quiet, because I would like to not make this correction until we are right on top of it. So let's enjoy this for a second, shall we? And we'll go ahead and warp on in. No, I can't do... Oh, yeah, I can. I can do time warp controls. Oh, come on. Who told you to do that? I think that's going to be our SOI change. Yep. Action group 10. Oh, look at this. We are getting some serious science here. Magnetometer scan, transmit, telemetry. Let's bring up our totals here, make sure we're getting credit for stuff. Temp scan. Oh, come on. We're not transmitting now? Really? I want to clear this stuff out. Well, yeah, let's just clear it out. We'll... Ganymede's Highlands, we're not getting... Oh, did I just use a goo sample? Oh no, tell me I didn't. Do I even include a goo sample on here? Does not look like it. Alright, let me F5 and F9, and maybe we'll start to get credit for some stuff. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? KSP, you're killing me. Okay. And loaded in back. Connected. Let's bring up flight computer. Everything still looks pretty good. We have a contract. What? Oh, I forgot to clear that one. Oh yeah, I guess they did stay on station for way too long. Well, there's $500,000 down the pooper. We do have a contract to transmit or recover scientific data from the surface, and I thought we had one from in space around. I guess not. Well, alright then. Or maybe I failed that contract too. Great, here I was thinking I was getting stuff accomplished. We got about an hour to go, so let's just warp on in. Maybe we can start getting credit for things. Still in space high over Ganymede's highlands, so maybe that won't change. I should have rang it twice just in case this happened. Really, that irritates me that I have to double up on my science load because sometimes nothing works. Okay, I don't know why we came out of time. I guess it was targeting something or other because we still have about half an hour on this approach to go. Space high over Ganymede's cryovolcanic ice. Oh, we're going to get so much science when we finally hit orbit of this thing. Space just above Ganymede's midlands. Alright, let's get angled into our node. We're still about 11 minutes out. I really don't think this burn's going to take that long, and honestly, if we don't hit the node exactly, then it's no big deal. Where is... oh yeah, we're totally going to go behind the planet, or the moon, and it's going to block our comms with Earth. 12 more minutes until our radio in, and 10 minutes until our node. How did that get? Man, I thought I did a whole lot better than to get a 12-minute, or a 2-minute discrepancy there. So let's just give it 5 more minutes. I should have just been spamming this stuff. Now we're spaced just above. Camera rotation. Yeah, these do look like they were rivers at one point. Cryovolcanic. I hope we hit that biome. I don't know, unless it's the one we've already got. I guess Highlands is one we could stand to get. Alright. Let's ullage in our AJ-10. And ignition. Burn time is rated down to 2 minutes, so we're oh man, our current speed is about 5 kilometers per second relative. And we need to burn 3 kilometers per second to be in orbit, which means orbital velocity here is only about 2 kilometers at that altitude. 2 kilometers per second, I should say. Let's go ahead and kill the burn until we're a little bit closer. Don't want to waste too much fuel here. That's the whole point of doing these flybys, is so that we can not waste fuel. Or something. Wonder if this is a separate biome. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, Midlands. Great. That's a super interesting biome. Cryovolcanic ice. Alright, we are at the 1 minute mark. Oh wow, the texture's really changed. Ullage, ignition. Nah, burn's looking good. Man, but as far as is this a suitable landing site? No, not so much. I thought that looked real flat. That is absolutely not flat. Amazing how much stuff changes when you're close enough to actually take a look around. Oof. This is not going to be fun to park on. Seems very uneven. Well, hopefully we'll have a bunch of time in orbit. Oh, wow. Current altitude registering 75 kilometers sea level, 68 kilometers actual. About a 6-kilometer difference. Good to know. Now space just above Ganymede's lowlands. So we've gone through like, what, highlands, cryovolcanic ice, midlands, lowlands. 4 different biomes. Is there another one in there that I missed? Maybe. Alright. Let's just have a look at how we're faring here. Oh yeah, that's going quite well. And shutting it down. I don't know why our node has shifted. I wonder if we're kind of off telemetry or if making a little bit of that burn ahead of time was not the smartest. That's a 0 meter per second burn just used for flagging purposes. Alright, and with that done, we can just lock these tanks back up and wait to see if we can actually radio in some science. 24 more seconds, still over the Midlands, so we may have passed our interesting biomes. But on our way back up, no real danger of hitting anything, so yeah, we probably could have pressed down another 20 kilometers or so without too much worry. Yeah. Pressure scan with space near, we got that. Biological sample, let's reset. Magnetometer scan, yeah. Oh hey, there's one we don't have, but we don't have a connection, so... Can we time warp? Will that stay up? Well, it won't run if we keep it, but if we keep it, then we have to go back and find it again. We'll just hit keep, 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 reset. Oh, lots of neat stuff we're going to eventually get paid for. Keep. 20 more seconds till we run it again. Oh, over Ganymede's craters. Can we keep that? Looks like we already got it. Reset, reset, reset. Midlands, cryovolcanic ice. Just waiting to establish comms. And there we go. Comms established. 40 minutes, which I think is well beyond our rated transmission time. Magnetometer has nothing in it. That shouldn't have anything in it. There's all our golden children buried in here. Review. Signal delay plus 7 hours. Good job. Review. 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 Seismic will give us nothing. That really shouldn't give us anything either. Review telemetry. Should really not be that close to the range safety button, if you were to ask me. In another 30 minutes, yeah. Here comes another batch of radio ins. Oh, hey, look, we can actually see if we get a signal now. No, that's biological sample. Reset. Transmit. Okay, good. That's working. Hey, micrometeorite got us some payout here. Yes. Excellent. And in 8 more minutes, we can radio in the rest of our measly haul for this flyby. 75 science. Oh, come on, really? Okay. 90 science. Yeah, alright, that's working. 75, yes. 67.5, okay. Another 90 for space just above the Midlands again. Alright. I mean, not bad, but not great either, all things considered. So, we'll take it, at least for now. So, I'm going to come out here and try to plot another intercept, although it is not giving me my targeting data. So, let's set as target and then set as target. Okay, none. Not even closest approach vectors? Oh, I guess we haven't left the SOI yet, so probably not. You know, whichever. Alright, I'll handle that on my own later. I guess we should go do some other stuff then. Oh, that's even better. Alright, so I lied about doing something else. Well, actually, I went and did something else. I did the last episode that you just saw, and now I have come back to this episode, so we're airing a little bit out of order in that the first half of this episode actually took place before the last episode. Yeah, continuity, fun. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and make our second flyby. Eventually, we've got, you know, at least 20 some odd days or so. We're one day out from a corrective maneuver just to help steer the balance a little bit. So we're just going to warp on in to take care of that. 2 hours or so. Trying to be a little accurate. It is just a small touch on the retrograde in that I probably should have burned a little harder on retrograde last time had I been plotting my nodes effectively. There's our 10-minute warning. That's going to drop us out of time warp. Thank you, Kerbal Alarm Clock. Boink. Delete on close. Close alarm. I guess we can continue to warp for a little bit here. Whoa, or right past it. Good job. Excellent work. Me. 6 minutes past the node. That shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Alright. Whoa, buddy. Come on, come back. You know what? Fire the engine. Gimbal will save us. There we go. Alright, we'll just tell computer to hold the node. So why not? She's got a pretty decent thrust to weight ratio. I mean, not according to Jupiter, but just in general. And see what quick work we can make of a 100 meter per second correction, which is fairly substantial considering our plan, but we still got 2.6 kilometers per second just in this tank, probably about another 1.6 or so here. 6 meters per second out. Let's do this from the map view so that I can try to be kind of accurate, and that I'm probably going to have to adjust on this node a little bit more anyway. No big deal. Oh, that's taking forever. There we go. Yeah, we're only 7 minutes late. No big deal. No big deal. Now let's just kill that. And now we need to adjust this to get our encounter back. We're on the wrong side. Of course we are. Can't quite decide if we've got a encounter or not. Okay, good. Let's swing this around here. We'll be coming on the, well, I guess it's technically the, oh, come on, man. Yeah, no encounter, no encounter, no encounter, 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 encounter. We'll leave it there and then adjust it manually. Yeah, and that gives us a fairly substantial, and that's just what we're going to get for free. Which really, I think that maybe we can turn that into a capture maneuver. Let's adjust this out a touch. Yeah, we'll get our periapsis 128. We're going to try to get, oh, come on, really? Yeah, I love how it does that. I really, really do. So we're probably just going to have to plot that on the inside. So let's go ahead and get ourselves warped around. It's only 18 days. I think we can spare that. So we'll jump out here into some speddy epi bits as we zip through some of the boring stuff. So we'll time warp right out here to our apoapsis, where we have a 50.3 meter per second correction, just to raise our periapsis a little bit and adjust our, I don't know, inward, outward. Anyway, this is to kind of set up our approach. And there it is. There's our encounter. We'll just be fine-tuning the rest of this on thruster power very, very delicately. We're still about a minute and a half out from the node, so I did not blast past this one as I am so incredibly prone to do. And yeah, as we get in closer, apparently it becomes less likely that we'll get this encounter for whatever reason. Thanks, KSP. I'd like to bring us in danger close so that we can get a very good look at the surface, which will kind of help us figure out landing sites. And now, excuse me, because it still hasn't figured out if we have this encounter or not. I was just trying to plot a node once we get in a little bit closer for timing, really. But also hoping to see, I was hoping to plot a burn when we are in Ganymede SOI about to see what it would take to just go ahead and capture into orbit and if it would be worth it at this point. But now that we've got a solid assessment on our time, I will set up Flight Computer to do all of our radio in commands. We'll radio in a batch of science right when we cross the SOI, one about 15 minutes before our closest approach, and one 15 minutes after. So it looks like about 2.6 kilometers per second can get us in a nice low tight orbit. But at those speeds, that's pretty much all of our, I don't know, I guess transfer fuel or so, which doesn't leave us a whole lot for our landing, which worries me. So we're probably going to do at least one, maybe two more flybys to bring ourselves in lower and reduce that delta V requirement as much as we can. Now, the node I was setting up earlier was just to try to adjust our resultant vector to put us out of the path of any moons, and here comes our first batch of radio in. Telemetry analysis, should probably bring this up. 575, let's make sure that radio's in. Yes, excellent. Another 48. Geiger counter will notice another 48. Make sure all of them go through. Okay, good. Micrometeorite detector, nothing here. 707.4. I'll take that. Honestly thought we'd kind of cleared these out. We're at Ganymede's cryovolcanic ice. Gravity scan. Yeah, looks good. Another 48 for atmospheric pressure scan. Reading 0. 795. Alright. That clears out this batch. So I guess we can go ahead and speed up our approach here. Yeah, let's switch back to the good view. Where do you go? There we are. Oh, wow. Other than Jupiter being just as weird as he wants to be, this is actually looking pretty dang good. So, still over the cryovolcanic ice. Light computer throttling back time warp, I guess we're 15 minutes out. Wow, we're still really, really high up. It says, yeah, we got another hour. So, oh, I guess that was targeting. Duh. I'm gonna say, yeah, we should have another hour to fall. What? Change biomes over to the Midlands. I think we have that one already. Ganymede's craters. Alright, so craters, lowlands, highlands, cryovolcanicals, ice. So many biomes to cover. I'll say if we could have done this in a single flyby, maybe I would have tried to come in on a polar orbit just so we could scrape all of these biomes. Ah, here we go. Okay, biological sample, no, reset that one. And magnetometer, nothing. Telemetry, nothing. Temperature scan, nothing. We just changed biomes, it doesn't matter because these were all taken over the old one. Space high, yeah. Very few biome specific, so unfortunately that one was kind of a dud, but it does give us a good opportunity to get pointed into our retrograde vector so we can make this 64 meter per second burn. It's actually going to net us way more than 64 meters per second worth of fuel outside of Ganymede's SOI, but yeah, I guess at this point we all understand how the Oberth effect works. Looks like we're going to come into about 40 kilometer periapsis. That's a little higher than I remember setting it for on the map, but it feels good and safe. While a little hilly, it's not very, I don't know. I don't feel like that's going to get us anything danger close. I hope, anyway. Now I'm having second thoughts. That's great. Alright, so we should spend a good amount of time in space low. I was really hoping that last radio in would be in space low. Turns out probably not. No big deal. Oh, the hills just came alive. Ganymede's Midlands, alright. Let's ullage. There's good light on the AJ-10. We'll just go ahead and take care of some of this burn as best we can. Not a very large correction, but again, it's very profitable to do it here. And about a minute 35 until periapsis. Oh wow, we took this node apart. Let's kill that engine. Quick look around here. Yeah, so that's going to put our orbit outside of the bulk of Jupiter's moon, so hopefully we won't get an unintended flyby like we did with, like we almost had with Callisto on approach for our first flyby. And flight computer, minute 35 until our next radio in, and 15 minutes 50. So I was about 30 seconds off on our timed periapsis. Not the worst, I guess. I've done much worse than that before. We should still be space low, I'm assuming. Man, it is going to be really hard to find a flat space to land this on. I'm wondering if we should try to go for like the top of a hill just to keep line of sight a little better. I mean, look at this. There isn't a flat space anywhere. Ugh. I mean, I can only imagine our lander's going to slide down a hill, provided we put it down gently on its cluster of 1 kilonewton. Ah, man, I built this thing so long ago, I don't even remember what engines the lander has. I'm going to assume it's 1 kilonewton thrusters because this thing is tiny and light. Yeah, there they are. You can see them. Or I could look at the staging and see that there's 4 engines there. 4 1 kilonewton thrusters, probably running at about 2 kilonewtons in their upgraded form or so. Alright, altitude actual, 28 kilometers, and that's as low as we're going to get. Very interesting. Yeah, no good spots to land. Alright, just another 15 seconds or so until our radio in. That's what I was waiting for. Kind of expecting it to happen at any given second now. Bummer. I'm a little sad it was so costly, but maybe we can get our capture on the next one. Alright, yeah, laser and seismic scan don't work. Biological sample we're going to save. And looks like all of these are a wash. Bummer. Ganymede's Midlands. We have already gotten space near Ganymede's Midlands. I don't know. You roll the dice. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Yeah, no big deal. It is this very oddly pretty, but it's time for us to go ahead and just warp on up so that we can start worrying about our next flyby. And yeah, look at this just ripply, rough, uneven surface. Oh, look at that. That was a fantastic Jupiter rise. I'm sorry I warped through that. That would have been much better to watch in real time, I suppose. I can't imagine the cheatiness KSP would have if it had a rewind button, but I would have totally used it just to get that view. Not bad. And we were able to keep contact with Earth through this entire flyby. That's fairly solid. Alright, let's warp on out to our final radio in of this flyby. Camera angle change, throttle back. Alright, biological sample. Oh, hey, look at this. Telemetry analysis. 67 science, temperature scan, will net us another 90. Oh, radioing in two things, just making sure. 1042, done. 75 for the gravity scan. Alright, atmospheric pressure gets us nothing. And that's all she wrote. And we just changed biomes again. So had I double spammed that, we could have done a lot better. Alright, I have this dummy node way out here. We can just get rid of that. And targeting, of course, is weird when you're in the SOI, but then not going to be in the SOI. So I don't know if it's going to give me my approach vectors or not, because it's not giving me my close approach tabs either. So, oh, it will give me an encounter. Well, that's interesting. But you totally burn for 1800 meters per second and then be dang near captured. That's totally not worth it. Oh well. Alright, let's check out here. So it'll give me an encounter, but it never showed my closest approach tab things. That's interesting. Huh. Alright, well. Set as target. Did that work? Nope, still no tabs. Yeah, it's not showing me much of anything. Really, I mean, that's 170 meters per second I'd rather not burn for, so, you know. But no encounters for burning way out here where it's way more efficient. Let's see what happens here. Nothing? Really? Not going to give me any of my closest approach notifiers on anything? Alright, come on. Get rid of that node. Get rid of that node. Alright. You know what, I will just worry about all that on my own time. In the meantime, we're going to lock this fuel tank closed because it's probably going to be a while before we can get our next node. And just take a second to admire all the view. That is oddly pretty, I'd have to say. There it is. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So, until then, see you later.